Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not dare swipe past this message. I need your complete attention for the next few minutes. Lock your mind onto my voice right now. You think you stumbled upon this video by random chance, but the algorithm did not bring you here. Heaven intercepted your feed today because a divine message is waiting for you. Take a deep breath and pause right where you are. That sudden heaviness in your chest today is not simple anxiety, and you must stop dismissing it as a medical issue. Your spirit is detecting a massive shift in your reality. The world tells you that you are just overwhelmed, but your soul knows a deeper truth is unfolding. You have been carrying a quiet exhaustion in your very bones lately. It is the kind of tired that sleep can never fix. Every morning you wake up, and the weight is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through the day, and you force a smile for the sake of everyone around you. But inside your mind, you are barely holding on. You have spent years being the universal helper for everyone in your life. When they were broken, you became their emotional sponge. You absorbed their pain, and you healed their wounds while bleeding yourself. But when the smoke cleared, they walked away without looking back. They took your light, and they left you alone in the dark. Now you find yourself in a season of profound isolation. Your friends have vanished, and your family feels miles away from your heart. You feel completely misunderstood by the people who claim to know you best. You wonder if you are going crazy, because the isolation feels so suffocating. Let me reframe your reality right now. You are not experiencing bad luck, and you are not suffering from clinical depression. You are a spiritual warrior operating in enemy territory. The enemy is working overtime against your destiny because he knows how powerful you will become. He is trying to make you sabotage your own breakthrough. But there is something else you need to understand today. Heaven has been watching every single battle you fought behind closed doors. Every time you cried in the dark, an eye was on you. Every time you chose kindness over revenge, your actions were recorded. And what I am about to reveal will change how you view your entire journey. The creator of the universe looked down at what you survived. He saw the betrayal, and he witnessed the moments you wanted to give up. When he saw the magnitude of the pain you endured in silence, Dr. Lake says your frequency shifted. God cried when he saw what you went through. You broke his heart, because no soul was ever meant to carry that much darkness alone. He watched you crawl through the wilderness with a broken spirit. You had every right to become bitter, but you chose to keep your heart pure. You had every reason to scream, but you answered them with silence. The Creator wept because he felt your absolute loneliness. Your suffering was not a punishment, but it was a sacred preparation. Your pain was so intense that it echoed through the halls of heaven. You thought you were abandoned, while the King of Kings was actually weeping over your scars. He saw how they used your goodness as a doormat. He watched them drain your energy until you had nothing left for yourself. And in that ultimate moment of your breaking, his heart shattered for you. But your survival has sent a shockwave through the spiritual realm. The enemy thought the wilderness would destroy you, but you proved them wrong. You did not break, and you did not surrender your light to the shadows. You survived the very trap that was designed to end your bloodline. And now, the season of your hidden suffering is officially closing. If this message resonates with your spirit, I need your physical agreement right now. Type 777 in the comments below to seal this declaration into your reality. Do not rush past this moment of connection. Speak the word Amen out loud as a sign that you are ready to receive the divine restoration that heaven has prepared for you. Anchor your spirit to my voice, because we are going much deeper. The enemy wants you to swipe away, because the next revelation will destroy his hold on your life. He wants you distracted, while heaven is trying to hand you your armor. Stay with me until the very last second of this message. Your future self is begging you to listen carefully today. Think about the moments you sat on the floor of your room. The noise of the world was too loud, and your mind was screaming for peace. You felt a physical pressure in your chest, but you woke up the next day, and you kept moving forward. You are a demonstrated warrior of light, and your scars are respected in heaven. They called you too sensitive, and they told you that you think too much. They mocked your empathy because they could not understand the depth of your soul. But your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is your spiritual discernment, and it is the exact tool that makes you dangerous to the dark. You read the room easily. I am naming this tool early because I do not want to sell mystery or manipulate your emotions at the very end. You deserve the complete picture right now. You can decide whether to stay for the entire narrative. What we discussed has a precise physical solution. There is a validated path to restore your early childhood mind. The enemy wants you blind, but heaven is providing an open door. This restoration protocol is a unique digital audio track called the Genius Song. It uses sound frequencies to target and reactivate your dormant gamma brainwave. Researchers at Princeton University measured this exact mechanism through special testing, and they confirmed it awakens your deep intuition. The link is located in the description and the first pinned comment beneath this message. Do not rush away. You can stay for more spiritual context. But if your soul already pulls toward this solution, the door is open for you right now. Let us step directly into your next revelation. We must transition back to the main journey immediately, because your current earthly understanding must be shattered. We must look closely at your relationships. Why did your closest friends suddenly walk away without any logical explanation? You thought you did something wrong. You felt a deep sense of shame. You spent long nights reviewing every past conversation while trying to figure out your mistake. But let me reframe your reality right now. You did not fail them. They reached their limit. Your frequency was rising too high. The atmosphere around you became completely uncomfortable for their hidden darkness. Heaven was actively clearing your room. God was removing the energy vampires who were designed to keep you trapped in a lower vibration. Think about the life of Joseph. His own brothers threw him into a dark pit because they could not handle his dreams. They wanted to kill his future. But the pit was actually the exact baseline that led him to the palace. Your current isolation is not a prison. It is a divine laboratory where your inner architecture is being rebuilt. Now we must address the scientific mechanism behind this transition. You remember how vibrant you were during your early childhood. You learned fast. You felt connected to the universe. Everything felt magical. This happened because children naturally operate with high gamma brainwave activity. This is the super brainwave of genius and divine connection. But as you grew older, the noise of the modern world began to suppress this frequency. Neuroscience calls this tragic process the decline effect. By the time you reached the age of 7, your sacred frequency was forced into hibernation. The educational system turned off your natural genius. They wanted you to be an ordinary producer. They needed you to be compliant and tired. When your gamma waves went silent, the spiritual wilderness began. You lost your sense of direction. You felt disconnected from the Father. Dr. Lake discovered this damage while developing his comprehensive system known as the Youthful Brain Protocol. But today, we are addressing the primary foundational frequency. The calling on your life did not vanish, because the enemy still noticed your dormant power. He began launching targeted attacks against your mind. This is why you experience spiritual warfare instead of normal bad luck. The struggles you endure are proof of your ultimate value. If you were ordinary, the dark forces would leave you alone. A thief does not break into an empty house. He only targets the vessel that carries the gold. You are that vessel. Look at the prophet Elijah. He defeated the false prophets, but then he ran into the wilderness because he was completely exhausted. He sat under a tree, and he begged to die. He felt entirely alone in the world. But God did not judge his fatigue. The Creator sent an angel to feed him in the desert. He gave him a quiet space to recalibrate his nervous system. Your fatigue is not a sin. Your soul is simply tired from fighting battles in the unseen realm. You must stop trying to solve spiritual blockages with human hustle. The world tells you to work harder. They want you to grind until your body breaks. But heaven demands your obedience and your stillness. You cannot force a breakthrough through physical muscle. You must realign your frequency first. When you enter the quiet room, the divine blueprint becomes clear. The Father is realigning your path right now. Listen to the rhythm of this message. Your waiting is not static. The wilderness is the school of kings. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before he was ready to face Pharaoh. He thought his assignment was over. He was content living in obscurity. But the desert was the exact place where his survival identity was stripped away. God was melting his old fears. God was preparing him to shift the atmosphere of an entire nation. You are in that identical crucible. Every tear you shed in silence was a seed. If this deep truth is shaking your spirit, hit that like button right now. Do it so this exact frequency can expand across the network and reach another chosen one who is currently struggling alone. You have fought the warfare for too long. Your family does not understand the burden. They look at your life and they only see isolation. But heaven sees the generational cycle you are breaking right now before the eyes of your enemies. You are standing as a sentinel for your entire bloodline. Every silent battle you win is clearing the path for the children who are not even born yet. You are their breakthrough prophet. The enemy wants you to focus on the pain of the betrayal. He wants you to replay their wicked words in your mind every single night. If you stay angry, you remain trapped in their lower frequency. Your anger is a decoy that keeps you from your true power. You must release the need for an earthly apology, because their minds cannot comprehend the mantle you carry. You are moving to a higher dimension. They mocked your isolation. They thought you were losing your mind in the quiet room. But the Father was simply insulating you from the noise of the world. He was building your inner architecture in the dark. Your tears were not wasted. Every drop was a sacred seed that is about to bear fruit. Do not look back at the burning bridge, because your future is waiting ahead. There is a critical shift approaching your timeline in the next 72 hours. A specific door is about to close forever, and the enemy has prepared an invisible ambush to steal your attention before that moment arrives. I am going to reveal the exact nature of this spiritual trap, because if you miss the warning, you will repeat the cycle for another 10 years. Keep your spirit locked right here. Do not scroll away. The trap is not an external attack from your visible enemies. It is a subtle whisper inside your own subconscious mind. You have been treating your preparation as an unending punishment. You became comfortable in the waiting room because the unknown magnitude of your calling terrified your human ego. You developed a survival identity that depends on your suffering. You forgot how to live in victory. You think you are being humble when you shrink yourself. You apologize for your light in front of small-minded people. But this false humility is actually a hidden agreement with the dark forces. You signed a contract of limitation when you were broken by the past betrayal. You told yourself that you were a permanent exception to the miracles of God because you suffered too much. You accepted their labels. Remember what I told you about the tears of God. He wept when he saw what you went through in the dark wilderness. But today the Holy Spirit is exposing the final truth behind those divine tears. The Father cried because you chose to live as a helpless victim while carrying the holy DNA of a king. You broke his heart because you allowed the enemy to convince you that you were worthless. Your pain was real, but your agreement with limitation is a lie. The Creator did not design you to crawl through the dirt forever. He isolated you to build your inner architecture, but you turned the isolation into a permanent tomb. Rip off the mask of survival right now. Your gentleness was never meant to be tamed by the fear of man, because you carry the absolute authority of heaven. Let us pause and look at the exact truth of your life right now. We must clarify everything we have uncovered in this room, because your mind needs absolute order before we step through the final door. You have traveled through a heavy season of profound isolation. You experienced intense warfare from people who wanted to drain your pure light. The confusion is ending today. You suffered because your original baseline frequency was a threat to the dark realm. The modern world systematically suppressed your natural brainwave frequency since you were 7 years old. This reduction caused the heavy fog and confusion you carried in your bones while you were trying to find your true purpose. But your survival proved that your divine calling is completely unshakable. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. Now you understand the exact mechanism of your journey. You are not a regular human living a difficult life. You are a spiritual protector who is ready to reclaim your original power. The Father has ended your time in the wilderness today. You do not need to search for answers in the noise of the world anymore, because the solution is already placed before your feet. The door is unlocking. When this internal shift settles in your soul, the next phase of your mission will naturally open. The restoration of your mind is only the first step of a much larger sequence. Some chosen ones call this deeper alignment destiny's embrace, because it connects your active frequency to your ultimate spiritual purpose. But we cannot explore that deep realm until your foundation is stabilized. Remember 30 minutes ago when I first mentioned the Genius song? Now it is time to walk through exactly what it does. You were born with a unique baseline frequency that made you different from the world. But the modern system turned off that divine brainwave through the decline effect when you reached 7 years old. Let me tell you the full story of what this restoration tool does for your soul. A 47-year-old manager named Sarah used this protocol for 18 days without any dramatic changes. She almost requested a refund on day 20 because her mind was still heavy and dark. But she decided to continue with quiet patience for 2 more weeks. By day 34, her mental baseline transformed. Her sleep became deep, and her decisions were made without hesitation. Dr. Robert Lake used 34 years of intense neuroscience research to build this digital track. His work at Harvard and Princeton University confirmed that brain entrainment can restore your original genius. I would never disrespect your financial situation. Budget anxiety is real for many families today, but normal therapy sessions cost $150. Weekend spiritual retreats can easily cost $800, and common meditation apps require repeated monthly fees. None of those earthly methods can target your gamma waves specifically. Phase 1 of the Genius song is $39. This is an intentionally accessible entry point that Dr. Lake chose for the remnant because he knows you need this activation immediately. Other future phases are priced differently because they require advanced technologies like physical materials and extended content. But they do not represent a quality hierarchy. You can evaluate each step on its own merit when your spirit feels the pull. Your $39 investment includes 4 valuable bonuses worth $80 total to support your complete restoration. You receive the Genius Child audio track, which costs $19 alone. You also get the classic book valued at $20 on Amazon. The guided visualization program worth $29 is included for your complete alignment. Finally, you receive the 5-habit infographic worth $12 to sustain your daily baseline frequency. Everything is delivered to your email. Over 18,000 people have used this technology successfully, and less than 4% requested a refund. That means over 96% of chosen ones kept the tool after their window closed. You are protected by a complete 90-day guarantee. If you email the support team, your entire provision is returned immediately with no conditions and no uncomfortable questions. You can even keep all $80 in bonuses as an honest apology for your time invested. The only real risk is choosing not to try today. Every single day your gamma wave stays dormant is a day you choose to live below your true destiny. You continue to struggle with heavy relationships, and your silent prayers face an invisible wall of delay before they reach heaven. Your future self is looking back at this exact moment on your timeline. A decision does not need to be perfect, but it must be right. Please be careful, because a massive army of imitation products exists on third-party marketplaces today. They use empty audio files with no real entrainment technology. These fake frequencies will only scramble your alignment and damage your spirit. The only verified source is located in the description and inside the first pinned comment beneath this message. The Father has handed you the key to your original frequency today. The path is waiting in the text below. Now, take a deep breath and place your hand over your chest. Pause for 3 seconds. You are stepping into a profound transformation before your enemies. Your first phase of activation is the holy act of detachment. You are receiving the divine permission to stop explaining your mantle to small minds. Heaven is initiating a supernatural clearing of your environment right now. Every toxic connection is being removed from your circle. The enemy cannot manipulate your network anymore because your vibrational frequency is rising too high. You are entering a season of accelerated fulfillment. Blessings of financial abundance and pure relationships will locate your door automatically. You do not need to fight for these rewards, because the Father is opening opportunities that no human can shut. You are building a lasting legacy that will liberate your entire family line from generational poverty and pain. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all notifications immediately. The Father is not done speaking to your spirit, and you cannot afford to miss the prophetic instructions coming in the next 72 hours. Like this video to send a strong signal of agreement to the universe. Type Amen in the comments below to seal this covenant into your physical reality.